before I had my second baby, he had sent some stuff to my first child. He never really talked to my child on the phone or nothing like that, but he sent some stuff, little toys and whatnot and stuff. But over time, as me and him was beginning to try to bond, it's like it's just this awkward feeling, and then it got to the point where, like, well, I need to be taking care of him or sending him money or doing stuff for him on his birthdays and stuff. And look, he don't even know my birthday. He don't even know how old I am, and that was no issue. That wasn't nothing that he was concerned about, So, eventually me and him fell off too, because I don't have time for a lot of BS. No. And I felt like, if you want to be there for me, you would have been there for me in my adult life, So my children, they don't know their grandparents. I like to keep it that way because them are some negative spirits. They negative. My mother is negative. She's not nice. She's not nice when it comes to children. I've heard the horror stories of how she did my sister that's under me children. And then just growing around her and how she did me and my sister. So that's something that I made a conscious decision about, and she don't really care anyways the way it goes, because it's so much stories I can tell you about that, but she don't really care about my children anyway. So she got the one she want in her house, living with her right now. That's the one she love and do the most for. But I love my nephew, and I'm not mad with my nephew, but my issue is with my own mother. But I've learned to release a lot of that anger, just going to therapy and just trying to deal with it all. So I'm not angry at her no more like I used to be and all that. I've done a whole lot better because, when I was dealing with her, I used to do a lot of cussing and fussing, and so I stopped doing that and letting her get the best of me, because I think she was the kind of person that got off on that kind of stuff, She knows she can have you upset and shit like that, and then she'll be somewhere laughing and carrying on and talking about you like a dog. But this one particular story I'm gonna tell y'all is when I first went to I had my first gynecological visit, and my mama took me there, and I was a virgin, and she took me there, and I was doing the most because I didn't know what to expect, doing that visit and exam, and so I was kind of hollering and hooping and stuff because it was hurting, and my mama, after all that went on and we went home, she got on the phone and telling everybody in Arcadia about what happened at the gynecology office. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. I remember one time when we stayed in the pink house. It was a 2-story pink house we was living in. At the time, I was at the high school, and my mama had a car and everything. I had to get up early in the morning. I had to get up and leave my house so I can make it and walk to school so I can make it to school on time. And that was just embarrassing. That was a long walk. That was like going to it was like we lived over there by West Elementary, and I had to walk way, 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 like you going to Woodside Apartments, Stonegate Apartments, to the high school. And I did that. She would never take me to school. She hated. It's like she hated me. Anytime somebody would show me any kind of affection or anything like that, she just really, really hated that. Anybody want to do anything for me, she really hated that. She really did. And then she used to down talk me so much. You stupid, you dumb. Nobody gonna want you. Nobody gonna love you. You ain't gonna be nothing. Blase, blase, blase. And that stuck in my head for a long time because my self-esteem was already low, from being molested. From being molested and growing up in a household that was so dysfunctional. So my self-esteem was pretty much low. So I learned to rely on food, and that made me feel good for the moment, just like a drug. Just like a drug. It made me feel good, and it brought warmth and comfort to me. So that's what I relied on. That's what I relied on. Well, I'm at the bank here, and look like Wells Fargo, they is super busy. Everybody trying to get to the bank. So I'm gonna pause this video. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna come back later, and when I get to the car wash, and I'll come back on, and I'll see y'all in a little while. Thank you for watching me.